Yeah, in the Kata Wansu, there's this really common movement. Wansu is also known as Empi. And there's some different variations on this thing. So, for example, in our version in Isshin-ryu looks like this, and then here. And then there's the Shotokan version, has this kind of rising technique, and the leg comes up, and then you go down this way and come here. So, but it's all the same fundamental movement. But what's interesting is that one of those traditions has a really interesting line that it uses for attacking, and it's a fascinating line. The way it's done, it's this punch thing. Now, some people will do it this way. They'll punch, and they're just kind of like this, like it just goes straight up and down. And that's not the move at all. The move is actually here. It's like I'm punching across, and then right at the last minute, I'm going to rotate my body this way and let my hand cut up 45, like that. So it's more like it looks like a punch from the side. Someone thinks you're punching, but you're actually slipping it in and then popping up in kind of a diagonal back fist strike. This way, bam. And then you get this knee lift process. So in the application, typically, when you're looking at a movement like that, the reason a movement like that is effective and it works is because it comes at these weird angles. Like, here's the guard, here's what I'm dealing with. So I come in, I'm cutting in, this looks like a punch, right? I'm cutting in and I might be checking this right here, right from here. How do you hit a guy from here? Well, you just do that. See, it's bam. So you're coming up into stomach 5. So your line cuts across and then pops up this way. And if you have control of one arm with this hand, the hikite, and the other hand you're pressing across, so this thing goes across and then up. You get a really interesting combination. What comes next? Bam, here, and then, and you just chase in on it. So, by the way, I just did all of that left-handed because it's usually done on the other side. But that movement, this mechanic right here, that's a really interesting mechanic to play around with. So the hand comes forward, hips haven't moved, like I'm gonna punch low, and then right at the end, bah, okay? If I'm doing it from the side, I go 1, 2. See that? 1, 2. And this part is what controls whatever this arm is, whether it's working off a guard or whether you're just doing this and knocking it down, and then bang, to hit up, and you're crossing the body. It's one of those things that you can sneak in on unexpected places like sparring. You know, if the guy has his guard up and you shoot this thing over here, it comes out and it's like, where did that come from? Because it seems to appear from nowhere, especially if you add a slight tap here. Boom. This sort of inside rising back knuckle strike will give you the feeling, by the way, usually I'm not hitting here, I'm actually usually hitting with the little knuckle, which is unexpected. But if you're on the pressure point, that's okay, right? I don't have to be here. I can catch that little knuckle. And the little knuckle has the advantage that it kind of sneaks in nicely. It actually can clip inside and catch stomach 5 with just that little rotation while you get that movement. It's an interesting hip manipulation, an interesting angle of attack, and it invites you to explore a lot of other ways in which that kind of odd reverse movement, you know, can be used in surprising, startling ways. Okay, thanks for watching, and now go train.